questioning.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I do hope we have additional opportunity to delve into these issues. Mr. Atkinson, I had the opportunity to travel from Texas to California, visit most of the ports of entry and areas between ports of entry, talk to a lot of your agents. Most of the employees right now at the border, green and blue uniforms, came on board after 9/11. So you're right, we've got a massive wave of retirements coming any day now. Low morale, pay. You pay a person at San Isidro the same that you pay somebody in New Mexico. Mandatory overtime? Do we have mandatory overtime?
That's correct.
So you got an agent who's got to go home and take care of the kids, a single parent. What does he say when he's popped with a 16-hour turn to work?
Sorry, at best.
How does that help morale?
That's right.
Okay? Suicides, absolutely. And I hope, Mr. Chairman, moving forward, let's look at these issues. That's bread and butter stuff. Recruitment. The reason you can't bring in more people is because of the security background check. It's tougher than even the FBI's background check. These are the issues we got to look at, and we've been talking about for years. Now, Mr. Blair, you talked about the narcos.
Yes, sir.
You did. You're absolutely right. Very powerful. In New Mexico, people are scared to death to walk on those streets. Who finances those narcos?
They finance themselves through their illicit commodities.
The sale of drugs to our taxpayers, our constituents. Those are American dollars that are going to Mexico to finance the narcos. Is that correct, yes or no?
Yes, sir. We are one of their
So
largest.
you're witnessing right now the biggest transfer of wealth in recent history. American consumers financing narcos that are killing people in other countries. Yes, no?
Yes, as well as all the other 65
Thank you
countries.
very much. I'd love to talk to you a little bit more, but I got a couple of minutes left. Maybe one of my colleagues here can indulge you a little bit more. But Mr. Reichlich-Melnick, let's talk about that a little bit. Trump administration pulling thousands of agents to the border, pulling FBI, DEA, ATF from investigating child abuses, sex traffickers, gangs, drugs. If you want to go after these issues, wouldn't you go after the pocketbook? Wouldn't you go after and investigate where these dollars are flowing, where they're coming from?
I think so, yes.
So how does this shift in personnel help the situation or not?
I don't think it does. I think trained law enforcement that are focusing on very serious crimes like child sexual exploitation should stay on the job doing those jobs.
I mean, if you want to punch a drug cartel, you want to go after their pocketbook, correct? So when you pull somebody from ATF, DEA, FBI from that investigation, what are we doing?
I don't see how that helps.
Let me come back to the issue of deporting individuals that don't have a criminal record. I'm from California. We're land of the nuts and fruits, many say. We're also the 5th largest economy in the world. We're also the biggest ag state in the United States, account for 60% of the nation's venture capital. We have more inventions, Silicon Valley. We've been able to fix our human resource, our workforce issues by integrating documented and undocumented workers. Most of our workers in the fields are probably undocumented. Is that a good back for our economy, for lowering the prices of food?
Yeah, certainly undocumented workers contribute significantly to the United States. Many of them are taxpayers. About half of undocumented immigrants pay taxes as well, putting billions of dollars into
A lot of them pay into the Social Security system. We'll never see a dime off that system. And Mr. Chairman, I've got half a minute left here, but I'd love to delve with you into these issues. Nobody wants a murder or rapists in our neighborhoods, because by the time they're actually reported to the police, they ravage through our ethnic communities first, and we don't want that to happen. At the same time, we recognize the fact that we have a workforce shortage in this country and that we need legal pathways to work in this country. look forward, Mr. Attorney, to addressing the real issues. And by the way, we didn't even talk about the fact that a lot of these crossings, illegal crossings, undocumented crossings at the border, are also a result of COVID. That's another issue. Mr. Chairman, thank you for indulging me. And if I can, before I give you the mic, I'd like to submit for the record, I'd like to ask for unanimous consent to submit an article from Reuters dated March 22nd of this year, entitled "Thousands of Agents Diverted to Trump Immigration Crackdown," that describes how special agents from HSI, FBI, ATF have been forced to put their investigations on hold in order to do immigration enforcement. Mr. Chairman.
Without objection, it'll be admitted into the record. The chair now recognizes the gentleman from the